Okay, so I have no idea how to say the title of this film. Is it like Huesera? Huesera?
I don't know how to say it. The
The Bone Woman. Something the Bone Woman. What do you think? I'd have to see it written.
I'd have to see it written too.
I haven't seen. We watched this like 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it written since then.
No, I haven't either.
Starts with an H. It's like Huesera.
Is it U?
Something.
Huesera?
No, what?
For some reason,
I thought it was like Huesra or some shit.
I don't know.
Oh my god, I'm way off. I don't know. What's this movie called?
I'm probably way off. But it's The Bone Woman.
We watched it. The title is fucking completely irrelevant. So, what this movie is about, and this plays with the theme of 2023. We have talked about this a lot lately, and I even made a post about it recently because, man, is this not the year for like moms and kids?
Moms and kids in horror.
Yes, it is crazy how rampant that is right now.
Something's really scary about like maternity.
Yes, that
terrifying.
seems to be the thing.
I get it.
There's something wrong with the children and Megan and freaking. We've watched so many that deal primarily with children, blood, and
but not just children. It's children and motherhood. It's
surrogate,
both of them,
and
it's not just like kids. It's like the
motherhood too.
Well.
Yeah, absolutely. Although Megan's more like creepy kid kind of thing.
Yeah, Megan is more.
But the mom is like. She's being forced to be a mother.
Yeah, exactly. There's still an aspect of it in there for sure.
Absolutely. All right, 10 minutes into this review, let's talk about the film.
All right.
Bitch about it in the comments below. I don't care. So yeah, there's this woman, and she's trying to get pregnant, and she eventually does. And once she's pregnant, she starts to, we'll say, see the Bone Woman? I don't know. She starts to see things.
She does.
She's having a break. And of course this movie is going to play it like a lot of these movies do these days, which I'm a big fan of, but some people don't like, where it's that, is it psychological or is it not?
Yeah.
And in the end, I don't know.
I don't either.
So,
but I like
and that's
like
okay.
That.
And as long as it's possible both ways, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
If both seem impossible, or like one seems way more likely and the other one's like you really gotta fudge it, then I don't like it as much. But if you can watch it both ways and it works, then that's
the best.
That's a success. Okay, my thoughts on the film are that I think that everything with the Bone Woman, the titular character, is awesome and creepy as hell, right? I think all that stuff. There's a scene that happens in a stairwell in a hall, like a hallway to the door. That's one of my favorite horror scenes of 2023. Oh. Right, so I thought all of the imagery that she's seeing and all the imagery we're seeing of the horror, the Bone Woman, what you're there for.
Yes.
I thought all that stuff was great.
Yeah.
I thought that the rest of the movie was been there, done that 100,000 times, but done well. Right? So a lot of it felt repetitive and stuff I've seen many, many times before. And it really adds nothing to this subgenre, right, of horror. Like, this is something I've seen multiple times this year.
Yeah, I was
right?
just going to say.
So this whole mother who's like going crazy while she's pregnant or whatever. We just had that one we just watched, Baby Rose.
Yes.
Right? Stuff like that where we're just, as I said, that's the theme of the year. But so all this stuff has been done. So I was kind of watching it on autopilot a bit until the horror happened, until the Bone Woman showed up, and I was like, ooh, that was cool. And then it'd go back into this stuff and I'd be like, all right, like just kind of getting through it to that area. Even we watched that other one too. The one, Nocebo.
Oh, right. Oh, right.
With
Nocebo,
Evergreen.
Yeah.
Yep. That was another motherhood, losing your mind thing. I'm telling you, man, this year, that's all this is.
Yeah. Evil Dead Rise is even going to have mommy in it.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I agree with you like 100%. I think that the horror was done really well. Like, it's really great. I was really freaked out, like a lot of it, when the scary stuff was happening. I definitely like it. It has a lot of the like horror tropes that like really creep me out.
Yeah.
So it works super well
Bone
for
cracking.
me. The bone cracking and
contortion.
like contortion and like quick crawling and skittering around. Anyway, that all was wonderful, and the mom going insane and all of that is, as you said, kind of redundant to what we've seen this year, but I think it was done well, and I really like the main actress's performance.
Mm-hmm.
I really like also the setting. I like seeing like the Mexican like culture and stuff. Like, I think that added. Obviously it's different from the other films in that way, but I really appreciated that just because it's just interesting to see, another culture and the colors and everything I was into. But overall, I really liked the film.
I also like that there's a moral ambiguity to the main character.
Yes.
She's not some perfect little princess
No, not
who's just
at all.
going through who's going through a rough time.
Yeah.
But what she's doing that is morally questionable is the interesting parts of the movie, because that's what adds to the evidence, so to speak, to argue for that it's her psychotic break.
Yeah.
Right? Because she is dealing with secrets.
Yeah.
And, for whatever reason, I have my assumptions of what all this means. Because I do think it is a bit of a metaphor for what it's going for, in my opinion. I really liked that stuff, and I like that she is a toxic person because of it, because that's what it's created in her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because secrets and hiding this and that's what happens. That's why secrets aren't any good.
Sure.
Because they just eat you from the inside, and it's such an insane amount of effort and energy to lie all the time and to try to keep all that straight and constantly fear you're going to be exposed, or trying to keep your secrets straight and keep them secret. And
sure.
Fuck, dude, it's way too much energy for anybody.
Oh my god, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lying is such a waste of time and energy for sure.
Sure, but in this situation, she feels she has no other option. Yeah. In my opinion. So that's why I don't know where I lean 100%. I guess I do know where I lean. But regardless, I think it's a good movie that uses a lot of tropes in both its story and its scares, but it's more effective in its scares than its story, because the story feels like something I've seen 1,000 times, but the scares feel like something I've seen 1,000 times, just done really well. Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. Yeah. Anything more?
No, I think that's good.
Yeah. So I think it's worth a watch. We
too.
rented it for $6. It might be worth that, but you might want to wait till it drops a couple bucks, and I think it's worth it, or it drops on like a Shudder, because I think this might be a Shudder movie eventually. Sure. I think this is going to be a Shudder film. So you can wait for it to come on there, because they'll still get the support, and they'll still get some money. I don't think they'll get as much money, so... I always want to support them as best I can. Yeah. But it's a cool movie. It's a slow burn, psychological, horror drama with a lot of tropes that we've seen before, but done pretty well. Yeah. That's that. That should have been the whole review.
Pretty much.
Not just like trying to figure out what this movie was called for the first 5 minutes. Let us know if you can do a phonetic spelling of this title. I'd like to know. Me and too. What it means.
Yes, me too. Yeah. It probably is like the Bone Woman. Maybe not. Something.
The Bone Woman, the Bone Woman?
Probably not the Bone Woman.
That's like Table Mesa Road.
Maybe it's her right name.
Sure. Yeah. Table Mesa Road.
Table Mesa Road.
Yeah. My favorite. All right, guys.
Bye. Bye.